internet appears to be a little spotty. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right, we can hear you. Why don't we start with an opening statement on what had to have been a pretty good day for national television?
Yeah, it was a really great game for TV. It wasn't the most well played game, but it was a test of wills between two teams. So it came through on television. I'm sure it came through in the stands. We had a great crowd today, a very enthusiastic crowd. Had a great time. We didn't play very well, but however, we got out a win. We didn't do in Minnesota, so it is good. Our team has good heart. And we need to take off tomorrow because we're a pretty tired basketball team at the moment. 2 back-to-back overtimes against 2 good squads. I thought today that Chelsea Gray took over the game. That's why we got her to take over the game and direct the offense and make big shots and big plays. She did just that. I've been waiting for that, and today was her stage moment. And AJ didn't play well. She's tired, and you could tell the lift was not in her legs. I'm going to give her a couple of days off before we go to Los Angeles and play back-to-back games. And by the way, Liz was sick today, so it affected her play.
Doug Feinberg.
Coach, always good to see you.
Yeah.
Is the difference between this year's team and the last, you have a player like Chelsea Gray to make those plays down the stretch? I mean, no offense to your other point guards, but that was pretty special what she did in the last couple seconds there for you guys.
Yeah, well, you got to throw in Liz Cambage and Kelsey Plum, too, that we didn't have last year. But Chelsea Gray, we got her. When I told her, I talked to her in the free agency, I said, you make big shots. And she does. Historically, I told her at that time out to make the last one, I said, what do you want? She told me exactly what she wanted. I diagrammed the play to give her the space to perform, and she canned it. But she also led our team down the fourth quarter. I've been waiting for this moment to come along. I wanted her. I told her that she runs the huddle in the fourth quarter today because it's important for her to show her leadership skills and to get out there and make plays happen.
Thanks, Coach.
Anne-Marie?
Bill, when did you tell her that she was going to lead the fourth quarter? Was it in game or you told her earlier today?
No, it was no. I've been talking about it too, talking heads about I need her to take over the game and to lead a little bit more and look more for herself. But no, it came down to the fourth quarter when I basically said, okay, you direct this thing. You're the one that has to make the plays. And I had Plum on the ball when I'm shooting there for a long time. And I made the change in the fourth quarter. I said, Chelsea, you have the ball. I want you to lead and I want you to make plays.
Thanks, Bill.
Trania?
Hey, Coach. It's Trania Barbie with Anointed Radio. How are you doing? Good win.
I'm hanging.
You guys were struggling to rebound. Your bigs were, like you said, it's a lot of fatigue in there. But your guards really stepped up. I know you're very proud of them.
Yeah, well, we're it was important to not give them very many second shots. They're a possession team. They want to, they'll outshoot you or they'll out execute you. So you limit their possessions. You can't give them offensive rebounds. I thought that for the most part, we did an adequate job today. We did an outstanding job. But, our guards were very active today. I didn't get Raquina Williams enough minutes. So I'd like to get her, but the game ebbed and flowed in a way that didn't, she made her big shots when she was in there. But I think our guards still got a lot of rebounds, but our bigs had their hands full.
This is true. What was your game plan for Stewie? She seemed like she was on the verge of getting 40 today.
Well, yeah, we were supposed to be in her space, and Dearica made a lot of mistakes in the first quarter to give her some points to get her going. But she's a great player. Former MVP, Finals MVP, Annie, all the above. We All-Star Olympian. Yeah. You're not going to stop her. You're trying to limit her effectiveness, and for a large part of the game, she was very effective. But coming down the stretch, she was not.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach.
Sam?
Hey, Bill, you take 2 or 3 from Seattle, just kind of big picture as you approach the halfway point here. Are you where you want to be, where you thought you'd be at this point in the season in terms of where you're clicking, ahead of schedule? How would you assess where you're at right now at the halfway point?
Yeah, I think we're right about where I thought we would be record-wise. And I thought we'd have a little worse record, actually. And coming together as a cohesive team. We still have a lot of work to do and a long way to go. I've always said from the start of the season, I'll keep saying it right now, we're not going to be who we are till at least the All-Star break. I think that or Olympic break, either or. I think we're still learning about, you saw today, Chelsea Gray for the first time really stood up and took charge. You've seen Kelsey Plum a couple games ago, really go out there and do her thing. And learning Liz and et cetera. And it's just a work in process. And it's always going to be a work in process. But I think come All-Star break, I think we're going to have a good handle on who we are. And then we'll make some minor adjustments going forward.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Jesse.
Hey, Bill, you kind of touched on it with Kelsey there, but what have you liked about her game since she's come back from 3-on-3?
Well, before she left, she was playing great and practicing in the games, and then we took a hiatus. And she had a good game the other night, but the consistency factor is not there yet. I think she's still working her way into understanding her team a little bit better. She's making great progress. She's very smart, and she's working very hard, but it still takes time. And so I thought tonight she played extended minutes. The first half wasn't so hot for her, but the second half, I thought she played a very solid 4 game, and her defense is always going to be consistent.
All right, 2 more questions before we come back with Asia and Chelsea. Let's go with Cole.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. You guys won the turnover battle tonight, 16-12. And when you consider how close the score was in overtime, just how important was it that you didn't give away offensive possessions and you kept those chances to score points?
That was one of our talks before the game, to take care of the basketball. It's a possession game when you play Seattle. It cost us in Minnesota to turn the ball over at the wrong times in the third quarter. We've had a little bit of a backslide turnover-wise in the last couple of weeks. It's something we're going to have to really focus on. I think that Chelsea's made some lazy turnovers, and I'm on her case about that one, and she'll clean those up. But I think that's a big part of who we are right now, is trying to take care of the basketball.
Thank you.
And last question for Coach Cassandra.
Hi, Coach. You have 5 Olympians on your team, probably the most of any team on the WNBA. What's going to be your challenge in the next couple of weeks in terms of getting everybody rest so that when the women come back, you can make that championship run?
Well, we're not going to have any rest. We play every other day, damn near, for the next 2-3 weeks. We'll take care of our bodies. The Olympic break is so far away in our minds. It's not even there. Yes, they've announced their Olympians, and yes. But same time, we only focus on the next game at hand. That is Los Angeles, and we don't look at both games. We look at one game. So the Olympic break won't bother us on the front end. On the back end, I really have no clue, because a lot of teams will be practicing for a week to 2 weeks with their players, and we won't have half our team. That's going to be kind of interesting. But I think on the front end, we're just going to keep plowing ahead as we are right now.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We'll let you go, take a little bit of break, and be back with Asia Wilson and Chelsea Gray.